credentials, I suppose I'll give you my socialist credentials. I was part of that lucky generation when you think about it now. But when I was at school, I did 11 plus, and I failed it. I failed it, and that meant I was going to secondary school and learn woodwork and metalwork, get a job in a factory. But I was lucky, I suppose, Labour administration took over, changed the system. I was able to go and do O-levels, A-levels. And eventually, I actually went to do a degree, and it was in a vocational subject, media studies. Some of you don't seem impressed with that. Very tough in them days. We only had 4 channels. And we had to turn the TV over, we had to go over, do it ourselves. It was tough times. I became the first member of my family in this country to get a degree. Yes, now look at me. I'm here in Bethnal Green on a Saturday night performing for no money. And I was a trade unionist, I still am a trade unionist, and I only say this, it's one of my favourite stories. I was the trade union rep in my workplace, and one of my workmates got a disciplinary letter through. I read the letter, and I said to him, I said, look, when we go for the meeting, you just shut your mouth. I've got this completely covered. So we go into the meeting with the boss is there, and I said, I get the letter out, and I go, well, I've looked in the disciplinary procedure, and I can't find this. Could you explain to me, why are you disciplining this man for general vagueness? Could you explain to me, what does general vagueness mean? And the boss looked at me and went, oh. And I said, well, if you can't be more specific, I think we're wasting our time here, and I think this man should go back to his work and we should forget about the whole thing. And the boss agreed. And afterwards I took the bloke out and said, well, that went really well, didn't it? And he looked at me and went, okay. Here, I don't do many gigs in London. Last night I was actually in a gig, I did a gig in St Helens in Merseyside. And I was a bit nervous, right? I sort of stood in the room backstage. And the compere, he was on stage and he was saying to the audience, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a fantastic evening, we had a great evening, as we always do at the Wiki Wacky Woo. The next comic, he's come all the way from London. And the crowd booed. And I'm stood there thinking, Jesus Christ, they don't even know I'm black yet, do they? And it was a tough gig, right? It was a tough gig. And afterwards, you know, the promoter comes up to me and goes, oh, you're not very street, are you? And I said, well, you know, you think your audience would like me better if I went up to them and went, yo, motherfucker! Up top! Up top! Up top! Oh, fuck it, jeez. Why did you leave me hanging there? I know, I felt like some sort of black Nazi. It was awful. You know, I'm not street. I'm sort of, I'm more avenue, aren't I? I'm sort of touch crescent. At best, I'm a cul-de-sac. That's what I am. And, you know, I understand why people don't like London. It's not because it's a seat of power and also commerce and the north-south divide. No, I blame it on EastEnders. I blame it on EastEnders with its frighteningly accurate portrayal of working class life. Where you have this group of miserable people that live in this square, that only have jobs in this square, that only go out with people in the square, like some sort of weird cockney yokels. And there's only 4 styles of oh no, not comedy, acting on EastEnders. I mean, you'll notice this with Danny Dyer now he's joined the show, right? 4 styles of acting. First, when they first join, it's cheeky, chirpy Cockney. So like, all right, treacle. Yeah, have a banana. Lovely jubbly. Oh, you're looking lovely, lovely jubbly. Have a banana. Full of wine. Have a banana. Doesn't last long, that one. Second stage, shouty Cockney. You just don't get it, do you? It's all about family. You say you love me, but you've got a funny way of showing it. Third stage, reflective Cockney. Do you remember? We must have been about 5 or 6 when we went down to Southend on the shower bank. We were there with Mickey, Dicky and Tricky. The whole family were there. Remember you went on the arcades? And then we sold your nan to white slavers. You would believe that 30 years later she'd come back, take over the cafe. Final stage, most frightening stage, whispering Cockney. I want you to look after the cafe, because I'm going down the arches. And when I go down the arches, I want you to send Nan down the Queen Vic. And after that, I'm going down the shop. Then after that, I'm going down the laundry. Because none of us, not one of us, has got a washing machine. You just don't get it, do you? I don't even think most comics, I think comics are conservative with a small c. And you can see that with their material about London, right? Okay, I'll do a bit of typical comedians material about London. How you doing, guys? Are you good? Are you good? I'll take that as a yes. Well, I've just moved into London, particularly nasty area, Wimbledon. It's really stabby, isn't it? It's really stabby. Really stabby. Of course, in the summer, it's a bit new ballsy and rackety, but in the winter, stabby. With all those feral wombles wandering around, it's not surprising, isn't it? And guys, have you heard about the night bus? Have you heard about the night bus? I was on a night bus the other day, and this youth, excuse the accent, this youth comes up to me and goes, "Yo, blood, give me your iPhone or I'll stab you in it." And all I could think is, he shouldn't be driving the bus. It's a sort of stupid I mean, obviously well delivered, but it's a sort of stupid naivety about, oh God, London is a bit urban here. Ooh, I don't know. And I think, oh, it pisses me off, right? Because I wasn't that naive when I came to London. I used to come, was from 6 years old, because my mum was worried that we were going to lose connection with our Jamaican heritage, so every summer holiday we went to Peckham. Right? Go to Peckham, right? Come to London a lot, and even when I moved here 26 years ago, I didn't think, the streets of Hackney would be paved with gold. I wasn't that naive. Was surprised to find out they were paved with chicken bones. Chicken bones as far as the eye could see. I actually counted it. Centre of, Mare Street into Amherst Road, centre of Hackney. 17 fried chicken outlets in a space of 800 metres. I actually reckon when this civilization is over and the equivalent of the Time Team dig down into Mare Street in the next millennium, I can see the experts saying, well, we've had the Geo fairs. Obviously the mother of all chicken battles took place right here in Hackney. With the Hackney chicken taking on the normal chicken. Normal chicken with 5 legs and 6 spicy wings. Even the night bus was good. I love the night bus. Do you like night bus? Yeah. I tell you what I like about the night bus, you can buy anything. On the night bus, welding mitts, livestock. I bought the most expensive bag of mixed herbs. On a night bus. It's like a mobile Lidl, isn't it? Lovely. Even if you fell asleep on the night bus, this is going back some time obviously, but I used to fall asleep, get on the N98, going back to Hackney. If I fell asleep, someone was bound to hacky slap me before Dalston Junction. All I'm saying, there was a sense of community. People cared. So I was in Dalston Junction, just about a couple of weeks ago, and I was walking down the street, and I saw a group of young men sort of stood outside what I thought was Chicken Cottage. And because, let's face it, that is the accommodation that chicken prefer. It's a cottage, isn't it? You don't want the box or the basket anymore, it's a cottage for your chicken. And like the George Michael of takeaway foods. It's the same, you've got, you know, steak for your, steak must be in a house. Pizza must be in a hut. I'm not making this shit up. So first time I see a group, what I do is I say, you know, I'm not street, so I'll cross over the road. I'll do the sensible thing, cross over the road. But as I got closer towards them, I realised that these were not youths. There was no batty riders, no hoodies. And as I got closer, I realised that these people were hipsters. Hipsters. I've read about them in ES magazine. But it's the first time I've seen them in the pallid flesh, with their unnecessarily tight trousers. I mean, you, young man, you might call them skinny jeans. I call them unnecessarily tight, because they cut into your family allowance. Like the Chancellor on budget day. Sometimes 1, 2, 3 haircuts on one head. So I saw them, I realised these are hipsters. It wasn't even a fried chicken shop. It was a pop-up delicatessen. I could smell the chorizo sausage and it was on their fetid breath. And as I got closer to them, one of them started lunging at me. Lunging at me like Russell Brand outside a polling booth. Yo, Rasta, chill your boots. What do you want? What do you want? Well, my friend Josh here, he'd like to have some of your urban authenticity. I'd like to know, well, I'm looking for a sort of new sort of crib in the area, and I'm looking for just a flat, really. I'd even contemplate ex-local authority. So, could you just give me your address? I said, no, I can't help you. And as I looked around, I became truly frightened. I was surrounded by hipsters. Hipsters as far as the eye could see. And one of them looked at me and said, I think he's lying. They started chasing me. I could see their man bags flapping behind them. Beads of sweat on their glossy young beards. The squeak of their Converse trainers. Some of them were chasing me on Boris bikes. I'm trying to paint a picture here. And I was running. I realised I was the only black man in Dalston Junction. For the first time in my life, I felt like an ethnic minority. So I saw the sanctuary of the night bus. I saw the 149. Ran up. Thought, yeah, top deck. Go onto the top deck. No sanctuary. More hipsters. On iPhones. Talking in English. I felt like Nigel Farage. Really uncomfortable. Yes, you missed out on a fantastic night, yes. Yeah. Yes, Josh. Josh rocked up. One thing I did realise, that for the first time I was the hardest man on the top deck of a night bus. So I took his phone and I stabbed him. So who to blame? I realise now, of course, it's God. God is to blame. Yes, it's God's to blame because apparently that's what Cameron's doing. He's doing God's work, isn't he? God's work. And when I found this out, I think I don't want to dismiss things out of hand, right? So I thought what I'd do is I'd read the Bible. So I read the Bible. I couldn't find anywhere in the Bible where Jesus goes into the temple and gives the moneylenders a bonus. Couldn't find anywhere in the Bible where Jesus, instead of feeding the 5,000, gives them a penny off beer and cheaper bingo. Because that's what they want, isn't it? Couldn't find anywhere in the Bible where Jesus, instead of laying hands on the cripple, assesses the cripple and declares he's fit for work.